Hello and welcome to TexGuard. Most homeowners today associate prestige high-performance wall coatings with large commercial buildings or highly valued, very much sought-after residential properties. You would not be wrong in assuming this. However, after recent government legislation, alongside TexGuard's willingness to subsidize worthwhile projects, the installation we're going to show you today is far more commonplace. Dating back more than 100 years, this single-brick, no-cavity mid-terrace was a first-time buy for a young couple who were desperate to get themselves on the property ladder. They eventually became the proud owners, but because of a very misinformed survey prior to purchase, they now find themselves owning a property that needed far more renovation work than they had first anticipated. The property's exterior was a major part of this, and whereas this type of home improvement may have normally been out of their financial reach, TexGuard reduced its costs by 40%, enabling these first-time buyers to give their new home the makeover it deserved. As you can see, this typical mid-terrace property is like so many you will find scattered and neglected in most, if not all, of our cities nationwide. The front elevation is your standard rendered brick wall, which has been patched and repaired so many times it's hard to distinguish which part is actually the original render. At first glance, the wall would actually appear to be quite dry, but under closer inspection, it's quite obvious that a sodden wall lies behind. Both floors are riddled with penetrating damp with drastic consequences to the plaster inside. But again, this is commonplace with properties of this era. It's a similar story on the rear of the house, with the only difference being that half the render has already fallen off. There is a kitchen extension which comprises of all kinds of brick and block work, which, albeit structurally sound, just lends itself to the depressing feel of the house. None of the existing render can be saved, so the first step is to remove all of this, subsequently bringing all wall areas back to brick. To achieve this, an electric Kango hammer has to be used once scaffolding has been erected. To keep costs down, we have provided a tower scaffold, as the pay-for-fixed scaffolding would have put the project over budget. All the old render is then placed into a skip for removal. This was provided free of charge by a local waste disposal contractor happy to sponsor this project. Before you can begin to apply the new coats or render, angle beading and bell casting has to be attached to the surrounds of both windows, doors and along the DPC level. This is of major importance and is what gives you perfectly straight edges around these features. Once these have been attached, a highly adhesive PVA solution is applied to the entire wall surface area. It is this material that provides the bond with which the scratch coat, base coat, can adhere to. Once the scratch coat has been applied and dried off slightly, a top coat is applied. This final coat is then sponged down to take out any lines or imperfections before drying. Great care is taken at this stage, as the end result can be greatly affected by it. Once the render has dried off, all windows, doors and any other features not being treated are carefully masked out with paper and tape. Nothing is left to chance. Because this is a mid-terrace property, it is also necessary to mask out parts of both adjoining properties. Once masked, a primer slash coat can be applied. This is a silicone-based adhesive solution mixed with the final coating in the appropriate color. It is applied by brush, roller or spray. Now the primer has dried off, the final coating is being applied. Because the coating is heavily textured and viscous by nature, heavy-duty industrial spray equipment is necessary to apply it. The applicator you see here is using a hopper-fed system, where the material is gravity-fed down the hopper to the gun. On the more smoother coatings, you may see equipment where the coating is fed through a hose direct to the spray apparatus. Once the coating is complete, the masking can be removed. Housekeeping is a major part of all projects, and we insist that all sites are left ship-shape and as we found them. Well, the project is complete and the new owners can rest assured that that is the end of exterior maintenance for a guaranteed period of 15 years. If you feel you would like your home's transition documented in this way as well as on the TexGuard website, then why not ask our surveyor for details or just contact us today? Thank you.